They call this the Ankylosaurus. I call it an armored ball of walking, breathing trouble. Still, some might call it charming, amusing, delightful. Each to their own.
Okay, what we have here is a Brachiosaurus. It has long limbs relative to the rest of its body, and what makes it really unique is that it's a warm-blooded dinosaur. Talk about the opposite of subtle, and I don't mean Owen. No, this is the Chasmosaurus.
Ah, the Crichtonsaurus. Named after the author, Michael Crichton. Famous for his stories of...
Another massive animal. The Diplodocus was once considered the longest animal that ever lived.
This is a Euoplocephalus, an herbivore and relatively harmless dinosaur, as long as spiky-backed dinosaurs, a dinosaur that relied on intimidation to keep the predators at bay, and failing that, a difficult meal to catch and chew. Think of it as a prehistoric porcupine.
Or that, while not as big as some of its cousins, tends to stand more upright. So I guess it has good posture while it's tearing you to shreds.
Now, it lives thanks to our efforts and our science. Notice the long tail, the flat skull.
Je ne sais quoi. It's a pyroraptor. I have gone undiscovered. And my life insurance would be just that little bit cheaper.
Australovenator has been labelled the cheetah of its time, and I can certainly see why. Just don't get spotted, because there's no way you're going to outrun this one.
First discovered in China, the Chungkingosaurus has distinctive twin plates that run along its back, and it can swing its spiked tail called a thagomizer.
Impresses with both its size and its blunt snout. It prefers to live...
Now this dinosaur, the Dracorex, is something strange. Its name means...
This flat-headed dinosaur, the Homalocephale, can appear unassuming.
It's a stubborn disposition. It's called the iguana.
Members of its family are the horizontally orientated plates that run along the sides of its...
The dinosaur dies. I feel like I've lost one of my own.
And really, who doesn't love a good mother?
Let me introduce you to Monos. It's hard not to be impressed by such a colorful crest, but don't be fooled. This is one tenacious hunter.
Dinosaur tends to be shy and likes to keep to itself. And it has a thick skin. Sort of the opposite of Owen.
Has a distinctive cranial crest, which is used for added resonance in its vocalizations and to regulate its body temperature.
the earliest known animals dating back to perhaps 216 million years ago. It's called Coelophysis. Their remains can be found scattered across the globe. But if people want to see a Coelophysis up close, this is the only place to do it.
Dinosaurs like this, the Majungasaurus, that can really be a handful. It's short, stocky, and lives for the hunt. This is also one of the only dinosaurs we know of that may have engaged in cannibalistic
Dinosaurs to go extinct. Until we resurrected it, that is. Now it lives to be studied and put on display. The Eloratitan is a herbivore. As it grinds away its teeth while eating, it has hundreds more that continually take their place. There's a lesson in there somewhere.
Okay, this dinosaur is something special. Seriously, look at the size of this thing. It's called the Mamenchisaur. It's doing just that again.
Interested in a dinosaur with an extremely long tail? Covered in bony armor, it has long spines projecting from its neck. All that being said,
The Compsognathus is a small predator, but don't let its stature fool you.
Aryonyx. These animals have very large claws on their first digit. This dinosaur also likes water, so take a moment to consider. Believe me, not everybody is.
This dinosaur is important for a number of reasons. I mean, they're all important, but this one, the Deinonychus, was the center of debate among paleontologists for many years. Specifically, with them alive and in the park, we have our answer.
This dinosaur, the Carnivores, is a duck-billed animal that looks like it's wearing a helmet. I mean,
extending out from its jugular bones. It seems excessive, but maybe it's necessary.
This dinosaur, the Dilophosaurus, has a distinctive neck frillic.
This massive specimen is called the Apatosaurus, an impressive animal that can intimidate even the most determined of predators. The Apatosaurus's evolutionary advantages are its size and its demeanor.
Modern-day birds before this one was introduced into the park. It's an Archaeornithomimus. I think it puts some of those
out of its way. This dinosaur is so metal. This animal, though an herbivore, can intimidate most predators with its size. It's a biggie named Dreadnoughtus.
You see any resemblance between the Nasutoceratops and modern-day cattle? Look closely at the horns and their relation to the eyes. It's clear to me that as we bring these animals back to life, the connections between the past and the present sharpen, and along with it, our understanding.
Walk on its hindquarters. We should be able to control and monitor the species more easily than some of the others. Use that to your advantage.
Right, the Sinoceratops, an herbivore that shares many animal that you could make into a solid favorite with a little effort. Of course, we're all expecting more than a little effort, but I'm sure you get what
This dinosaur originally fed on fish and small prey. Let's make sure it doesn't expand its diet into two-legged animals wearing collector t-shirts.
Impressive. The Spinosaurus is perhaps the largest of carnivores. Of course, I'll never get close.
Clover plates and spikes. Mess with this animal at your own risk.
Accused me of being this dinosaur more than a few times. It's also an herbivore, so obviously she couldn't be more wrong. About me, I mean.
Just when you think you've seen it all, along comes the Therizinosaurus. Just do me one favor, okay? Don't let it near my hair with those things.
Hell, make it one of the most iconic dinosaurs. Our guests are gonna want to see it.
Now, here's a funny little dinosaur. Correction, a pretty decent-sized one, if the truth be told. It's... Well, what have we here? It's an Amargasaurus, according to the paperwork I have in front of me. At least that's what it says. Guess we'll find out, huh?
Look at an ostrich or emu, then look at this. This is one of the more bird-like dinosaurs that we've brought back from extinction. It literally has a beak instead of teeth. It's an herbivore that prefers to move in herds. Overall, a fantastic addition to the park.
A dinosaur that has the largest skull of any known land animal. And people say I have a big head.
Velociraptor. And they get a bad rap as far as I'm concerned. But if you imprint early enough, you can make real connections with them.
And bash its way through any number of obstacles. Take that into consideration when you're
Ceratops. This is one of those dinosaurs that really defines our business. People want to see them, and we want to share them with the world. Don't let that fearsome appearance fool you. Those horns are mostly for defense and impressing other triceratops. This animal is an herbivore. It can be a star attraction or a security nightmare if it turns those horns on our fencing.
Don gets as much respect as it should. It's one of those dinosaurs. You've successfully introduced a new dinosaur, a Proceratosaurus. This animal is